Greetings and welcome to our November edition of The Place to Be Oshkosh. I'm your host, John Neiman. I'm so glad that you could be with us. What a wonderful month November is. So much to be thankful for. I'm thankful for the sponsors of the show. So thank you to Karen and the Oshkosh Herald. Wonderful community paper. Looking for pictures, looking for news and happenings, go to the Oshkosh Herald. I'm also very happy to announce a new sponsor of the show, which is Friends of OCM, Oshkosh Community Media. You can go to the website friendsofocm.org. And also the exciting news too, I pick up every year, is the brand new card will be coming out. The 225 OCM card will be coming out. This is a wonderful card. It's great for a gift, a stocking stuffer. So many local businesses are on this card with discounts. So make sure it's the month of November. It will be out. You can pick up this card, go to the website and find out more about the OCM card. And thank you for the Friends of Oshkosh Media for being a sponsor of the show. And then also our floral design is with Brian at UBloom. If you haven't checked out his shop on Witzel, make sure you go and check it out. So much there besides floral. There's clothing, there's food, there's candy. There's so much going on. Very highly creative. So check out Brian at UBloom. Where can you watch this show? Well, of course, you can see us on Spectrum Channel 2, Oshkosh Media Life TV. You also can search Oshkosh Media on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and YouTube. And very exciting because this is our third year of the show. And we're just very excited about all the success that the show has had and that Oshkosh Media has also had. Also wanted to mention, because November and December are the months where a lot of families like to get together and say, how can we give back? How can we volunteer? So I encourage you to go to the Oshkosh Area United Way website. And they do have a website where you can sign up and learn more about volunteer opportunities. So it's volunteeroshkosh.org. Agencies will post their needs, and you can go on there and see what the needs are and then go out and volunteer. It makes you feel good. Events going on. Well, of course, Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is 11/28, and it's a chance for all of us to take the time to say thank you and to be grateful for all that we have. As our guests in the next half are going to tell us, thankful for 75 years of serving. Also on Thanksgiving, Festival Foods annual turkey trot benefiting the Y and the Boys and Girls Club. Also exciting news just off the press from the Farmers Market. The Farmers Market will pick up at the arena. First date, November 9th. They'll be at the arena. They also will be at the Convention Center in December, the 14th and 21st, with holiday crafts and holiday things like that. And they do remind me that they are the only winter farmers market in the Fox Valley, so make sure you check them out. Information from Laura from the Salvation Army is they always can use bell ringers. And I know that my guests, the Altrusa Club, does bell ringing quite a bit for them. So they say they're really in need this year because some of their bell ringers have retired. It's a great family activity, great to do as a group. So if you're interested in bell ringing for the Salvation Army, which all the proceeds go to help their wonderful programs in our community, please go to their website and sign up. And the last thing is looking ahead. The Help for the Homeless Hygiene Drive will take place in spring of 2025. Actually, it'll be February 23rd through March 16th. When I first started with this program, we had 4 agencies that benefited. This year, we have 8. So there are more agencies in need because there are more people in need in our community. So if you're an area business and you want to have a collection box for Help for the Homeless, contact me. If you also are thinking about, one of my guests always used to say it's so easy when you go into the store, if you buy one thing, it's 2 for 1. Pick one up, keep one for yourself, and donate the other. That's what the Hygiene Drive is about. It's everything you can imagine. Hygiene products, cleaning products. So look for the boxes in the spring, but now's the time to start thinking about it. Even if you want to start saving stuff now, it will benefit our community. And like I said, we're excited. We have 8 agencies now. The Tiny House Village is going to be a recipient. Reed School, Day by Day, besides our regular ones, which is Oshkosh COTS, Bella Medical, Advocap, Salvation Army. So please think about the Help for the Homeless Drive, especially during the holidays. It's always the chance when everybody wants to give back. Well, thank you for listening. Stay tuned. We'll be back for our second segment of our November edition of The Place to Be Oshkosh.
My name is Mike, and I'm the DAV.
My name is Annette, and I am the DAV.
I'm Lee, and I'm the DAV.
I'm Dick, and I am the DAV.
I'm Steve, and I'm the DAV.
I'm Rod, and I'm the DAV.
I'm Adam, and I'm the DAV.
I am George, I am the DAV.
We are the DAV.
DAV, fulfilling our promises to the men and women who served.
Hi, and welcome back to our November edition of The Place to Be Oshkosh. This show was all about counting our blessings, being grateful for what we have. And there is a group being represented today on my show. I always say old friends, but then you're talking about old and age. But they're not only members of the Altrusa Club, they're very active in our community. But today we're going to talk about the Altrusa Club, and who has been serving 75 years. So let's introduce yourselves, even though you don't need any introductions.
I'm Judy Ritchie, and people will remember years ago when we did Helping Hands together and a lot of other things in the community.
I'm Carlene Christensen, and I've been involved with Altrusa for over 15 years.
Wow. And you're saying involved in the community. One of my most favorite events was Festival of Trees.
Yes.
That was, I wish they would bring it back. That was one of my most favorite events, and where everyone worked together, and it was cool because you're a wonderful florist.
Yep.
And it was great.
And
it was fun.
As a carryover from that was the craft sale, gift sale at Aurora.
Yes. I mean, all that stuff kind of just melted together, and it was so cool. So let's talk about, Altrusa has been around 75 years.
As of October 1st, yes.
And let's talk about the unique thing that you guys were donating to certain groups because of 75 years.
Well, each month for about a year and a half, we would choose a particular organization that would, our members, it was not coming out of our budget, it was directly from our members, 75 items that would benefit a particular group. Well, sometimes we just squeaked by with 75, and sometimes we had 150 and way more than that. So anything from toilet paper to the community pantry, the games and things for COTS, hygiene products for several different organizations, and kind of tied in with that was our Socktober. And I think Scott has got a slide of that. What we did was collected new socks at different locations, and with that, we were able to donate lots of socks to the Teacher's Closet, the shelter, to Christine Ann Center, and we've been asked to do this again by some of the organizations, and we wrote it up for Altrusa service. There's the Mimi L. Bass Award, and so we wrote it up as our service project for the year. And because, and we called it Warm Hearts Equal Warm Feet. And with that, we won first prize. So 7 states entering their service projects, we won first prize.
Why did you not bring the award with you?
Because it was, yeah. It's in the stuff that we're taking to the 75th anniversary. We're not pulling anything out for, or that we took to. And
Just like I was going to say, okay, this is the November show, so you're off the hook. But for the October show, if you were the guest, you would have been bringing candy for Halloween. But you're off. But you gave me candy for the 4th of
did.
July parade. Personally,
I
gave me
did.
candy, so that was a plus.
just remember that oversized sucker you got one year.
So I know that you have lots of pictures, and we really want to talk about them because you guys don't just do one event and then you're done.
No.
You have lots of activities throughout the year.
We do. Our next activity is going to be Art in the Garden, and that will be Saturday and Sunday, April 5th and 6th, 2025. And that's a very large
And that's
event.
at
That will be at the Hilton.
the Hilton.
Yes.
And we've already started promoting it to area artists and outside of our area, because, and explain, it's a people's choice.
Right. Yes. The community can come in, and it's free. It's a free event. And they walk through, look at all the art, and then they vote. We also have high school art, which is separate from the adult art. And they vote on the high school art also.
I think that's really
And
cool
then-
for you, including the high school kids in that. That's
They're very good.
okay. I'm hungry now.
Pecans.
Oh, we've been selling pecans for over 30 years. They're $15 a pound. They're freshly picked from Georgia. They'll be picked right before we're ready to start selling, and we do start in November now.
So they will. It's November. Okay.
Yep. So they were freshly picked towards the middle of October, shipped right away, and we get them out. They're $15 a pound, and they're large, jumbo pecans, fresh, wonderful pecans, the best you're ever going to buy.
So how do we get them?
Just contact one of us.
Okay. So
Or look on our
On
website.
Facebook,
Okay.
go on Facebook, Altrusa of Oshkosh. You can order there.
okay. So Altrusa of Oshkosh is right there, and there's the
It's on the bottom.
the website on the bottom, district7altrusa.org. Perfect. I always tell this story too because when we opened up Aurora gift shop, one of my first volunteers was an Altrusa member, and she tried to she brought into the interview, she tried to sell them to me. And of course I bought them. I bought them. But I thought, she's a good Altrusa member. She's smart. She's on her toes.
Oh, yes.
But if you go back many years ago, if you remember Mary Melner from the library,
Yeah.
and Mary, whether it was selling ornaments, whether it was selling pecans, or the oversized coloring books that we did years ago, she'd walk in and people would just say, how many?
See,
That's a good saleswoman.
that is really true.
She was wonderful,
Oh, my
and
God.
people loved her, and that's something that I don't have the skill for, but she did.
Mm-hmm.
I can do more of the background things and the communication things. Selling is not my big suit.
But we have a lot of members that are
Yeah,
able to
do.
sell. They're
And
good
have
sellers.
We
personalities
do,
as well.
Sure,
yes.
sure.
And more things that you guys do.
And what do we have next? Oh, we do. Oh. That
Quarterama.
Quarterama.
That was back
Back
at the
in
beginning of September.
Correct. Go ahead.
Thank you. No, thank you. With that, Carlene and a whole bunch of our members collect items, gift cards, a variety, make up the baskets. And then with that, we have a brunch and the auction. And Betty is a phenomenal auctioneer. There's a lot of humor. There's a lot of teasing. We used to, until we found out that it wasn't legal, throwing in quarters. So now we sell rolls of tickets that equal, each ticket equals 25 cents.
Oh, okay.
So a particular item, and like one of the items this year at the end was a gorgeous leather purse with $250 cash in it. And because it was at the end, a lot of tickets got thrown into that
I
bucket.
bet.
And the gal that won it was just so excited. And we've got people that will buy, one of our members and her husband bought, I think, like 16 or more paddles, because you get one with the admission, and
Okay.
then you buy extras if you want them. And even though our numbers were down just a hair, our actual proceeds were over any other year.
Wow.
And what's important for people to understand is when we do these the fundraising projects, other than the actual expense of the project, all that money that's raised, whether it's the pecans, Quarterama, Art in the Garden, Harvest Moon, that money all goes directly back out into the community. So, in the past we have done Brewing Futures from West High School. We've done, we actually gave cash donation to COTS a while back. We've helped the purchase of Odin, the canine officer. It goes the gamut. Reed School Playground.
So there's the wonderful group and there's, you just say it and Scott is so good.
There's Odin.
There's
Yes.
the pictures. And so that's part of your group.
That's only
Yes.
part of our group.
Yes.
And we recently had a membership drive, and we believe that we've got several more folks that are going to be joining. And it's important to remember, you don't have to be involved in every activity in the group. You can't, what we recommend, what we ask is participate in one fundraiser and one service project, and just be helpful in the background. We've got some that are volunteering in all the projects, and some.
Can't imagine who.
It's not me. It's not me.
So, and you guys do stuff throughout the year. So one of the fun ones that you did that I always appreciate is the 4th of July.
Oh, that's fun.
The 4th of July parade, because you're in the parade, you're getting it out there, and then you do give out candy. So that is always, there you are, there's the group.
Yep,
There's
that's
a
fun.
great one. Now, can you tell me about the special person from your family who's kind of famous?
That would be my daughter, Ingrid.
Yes.
Yes. She is the District 7 governor, and she will be for 2 years. It started, I think she was installed about a year and a half ago, so she's got about 3/4 of a year left to go. She's governor of 7 different states,
Wow.
and she's the glue that keeps Altrusa together, and Altrusa is all over the world. I mean, there's little spots here and there.
But you guys do stuff throughout the year.
Yes.
So, I mean,
Yes.
there's so many activities that you do or that you're involved with. I remember when we used to do Join Hands Day, Make a Different Day, Fleece Blankets.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm hungry again. Why is Scott doing this? Talk about the carrots.
Carrots.
Talk about carrots now.
Go ahead.
Okay. A couple of years ago with Judy Britton, and everybody knows Judy, hates green beans. And we did a green bean bingo and had everybody bring green beans, anything green beans, and they were donated to the community pantry. Well, Mary Ellen does not particularly care for carrots. And she's a wonderful sport. I know her through my church. I know her through Altrusa. I know her through a variety of things. And our friend over here at the table
That would be
came
me.
up with the idea of doing the carrot bingo. And so that night we had carrot bingo. There was, canned carrots.
Eat your
carrot
carrots.
juice,
I hate carrots.
and the bingo card with
Oh
that.
my gosh.
And again, all those carrots products ended up at the community pantry.
That is so cool. And that picture of her on Facebook, you couldn't help but notice it and like it. Because it was a really cool.
She thought it was fun.
Oh,
she
I'm
had
sure.
a blast.
She did.
She really
and
did.
She told about it at a meeting that I was at with her after that.
And I know there's not a picture of this, but let's talk about home cooking.
Uh-oh.
Let's talk about what your group does for Oshkosh COTS. And to preface that by saying it's not coming out, what they do for Oshkosh COTS is coming out of their own funds. It's not coming out of the club's funds.
That's correct.
Absolutely. As co-chair of the service committee, one of the things that we do is try to set a budget and talk about projects that we can support, both some financially, some strictly hands-on or whatever. The cots in making a meal, and we started with a meal for 10 people, and it's certainly gone up further than that. We have a core group of ladies who will make a meal every other month and is delivered over there. And every time I ask about putting it into the budget, I get slapped down, figuratively, not actually. But it's put down, no, we're doing it from our heart. And, well, we've got one coming up this month, but what was the reaction last month?
Especially because we have newer guys who, we have some guys who've been there a while, but we have a lot of newer guys. And I kept saying, the ladies will be coming between 4 and 5. Sometimes a spouse will drive them, whatever, be out there to help them. They said the cars just kept coming. And the food, because it's like a couple casseroles, a couple jellos, a couple desserts, then in the main dish, and it just kept coming, and they were just amazed. And some even said, it reminds me of my grandma's cooking. And that
Gets you right here.
it does. And when you talk about it, it's servant leadership.
Yes.
Because they're serving from the heart, warm hands, giving food. It's amazing.
Well, and the guys really appreciate it, and they've gotten to the point, well, of course you got the newer ones, but there's the ones that have been there a while. They recognize my car, they recognize me, and they're Johnny on the spot. They're carrying things for me. If I've got something that's going to be sloppy, it's in a big plastic tote, usually more than one, and they take them in. They make sure that they come back out to me. I think one of the last times they invited me to come in and see. Well, they're also digging in before everything is in there.
Mm-hmm. No, I think they're afraid someone's going to get it before they do.
And a year ago, when we had Harvest Moon, there was leftover bake sale items, and so I dropped them off, and there was a young man. The doorbell doesn't get answered real well on the weekend. But anyway, there was a young man on his way out, and so I just asked if he could see that this bake stuff got inside. And then I needed my container back, and so when he came out with it, he says, "And what was that stuff? What were you bringing?" And I told him it was bake sale left from our bake sale. Oh, I said, well, and he said he would get some when he came back. And I says, I think maybe you might want to go in and check now, because it may not be there when you come back. And he just scooted right back on in. I mean, I got a kick out of it because it reminded me of, my nephews when they were younger, and my grandsons or great-grandsons. And it's just knowing that we're being appreciated, and for us, it's not a big deal. I mean, we're used to doing it for family or friends or whatever. Carlene knows about what I do for friends.
Sure.
But it's not a difficult thing to do. And I'm a crock pot cooker. I don't stand over the stove. And the guys appreciate it.
And I think it's appreciated too because our guys can work first, second, or third shift. So to have something back when they get back at 10 o'clock at night or at 3 or 4 in the morning that's there for them where they don't have to do a sandwich again. It's amazing. So that's a great service project. Anything else, pictures that we're missing?
I'm trying to remember what all we had there.
Oh, there we go. Scott.
Oh.
Okay, I got to give him an award or we got to bake him a pie because he's so good. He's so good at pulling up stuff.
Oh, that was tying blankets. We hosted the district conference, so 7 states, back in May of 2023. And those were blankets that were being donated to the SANE Sexual Abuse Nurse Examiner program at Aurora. It's now the Forensic Nursing.
Yes.
And with that, The blankets are so welcomed over there because they're dealing with, it's not just women, it's children, it's women, it's also men, it's older adults in a trauma situation. And the hospital, even though that particular department is a more warm, I won't say inviting because nothing is inviting at that point, but it's a more warm, comfortable environment. And having a blanket where they can stay warm. And like Brenda told of a young gal that was there waiting for her father to come, but going through everything. And between having a blanket, one of the hospital blankets coming out of a warmer and curling up with it, and then being handed a blanket, a fleece blanket, that she was able to curl up on the couch and sort of doze off, that she became more comfortable to face the rest of what was going on.
They feel protected.
And
Right, it's theirs.
and those, again, those are such simple tasks to do. You know, it's a great way for families to just at home do it. And there's kits available or yardage available, and very, very simple. It's just cutting and tying.
And it gets the whole family. Can we bring up, Scott, I'll put you on the spot. Can we bring back the group picture? Oh, can we also bring up, I'm demanding, this is,
You're having fun.
yeah. Could you bring up the brat fry picture first? If you, okay. This lady is a barrel of laughs.
She is an ambassador to no end.
She called me already and she said, I know you're not thinking about it, John, but you know, over here at Simiana, we collect the calendars for you
Carmel.
guys. Yeah,
She said Carmel.
Yeah, she said, can we start collecting? I said, of course you can. But her personality and at the brat stand, you have to buy.
Oh, yeah.
You have to buy, and it's delicious, but great personality. And let's bring up the group picture again. It's their 75th year, and look at that group of people. And again, that's not the entire group.
No,
but
correct.
it's service, and we talked about servant leadership. So our time is winding down. My last question to both of you guys, we still have time, is why do you do what you do? Why Altrusa?
Go ahead, and then I'll
I
follow.
just had to do something for the video. I was brought into the club by Sue Krybik from the Senior Center 38 years ago. And I had wonderful mentors and friends with Judy Britton, Arline Sitter, that entire group,
Yeah.
Ruth Vorpal. And I stayed because of them and because it was a way of me gaining a lot of experience that would also play into my job, as
Which is
well
true.
as my community, you know, and my church. And so I'm still there.
And we appreciate it.
Oh, and I've been
Arlene?
in for 15 years. Dottie Dowman brought me in. And I did it just for a little change. I didn't know really what I was getting into when I first started, but I do it because it feels good.
And you can tell by your face. And this whole show, this Thanksgiving show, is about being grateful. I am so grateful for Altrusa because I've been involved in a lot of the projects that you guys done, and we're recipients of it. I also want to say I'm grateful for the staff and crew at Oshkosh Media. They're wonderful. It's great to work with them. I'm also grateful for the friends of Oshkosh Media for helping with this show. Thank you all very much. I knew the time was going to go fast. Thank you, Altrusa. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and stay tuned. We'll see you for our special December holiday show.